Hey guys, what is going on? Boris here with another Java tutorial for you guys. This tutorial I'll be teaching you guys how to sort of add some basic graphics to your game. So let's go ahead and make a new game object inside our main game equals new game. Now it's gonna be messing up for a little bit. So for now, just copy what I'm doing. So game, that's set preferred size, new dimension. And it's a pretty dumb mistake because I forgot to extend the canvas, which basically gives us access to a preferable size and all that. So here I'm realizing that I forgot to extend canvas. So it's just doing extend canvas and implement runnable, which is gonna come in handy later on, but we're just gonna do it right now so we don't forget like this time. So let's add unimplemented methods, which is our public void run, and the default serial version ID. Now, let's continue. We're going to copy this 2 times and replace preferred with minimum, and the other preferred we're going to replace it with maximum. Keep everything else the same. Now let's add a really quick frame.add game component. So frame.add component of game, and we're just gonna make it border layout.center, just because Notch did that, so I'm just gonna be a follower and do that as well. So nothing should be really different. Our game it's just the code is more right, and I guess it just becomes more, easier to edit, more convenient for us. Space that run statement above the main, create a quick while loop while running, and now all we have to do is just create that boolean running. That's gonna be a part of our real game loop, but this is our sort of mock game loop that's just gonna render everything and update everything as fast as possible. So let's create 2 quick methods, public methods, start and stop. These methods are going to serve for starting the game and stopping the game. So in the public void start, we are just not actually going to have this. We're just going to quickly make a private thread above that. So private thread, give it a name of thread, and here we're going to say thread equals to new thread. So we're creating a new thread object, and we're just going to say this in brackets, and we're going to start the thread, and we're also going to set running to true. Now here we're going to set running to false, because obviously when we stop our game, it stops running. And we're going to join a thread, which basically means it's going to stop the thread. Alright, so we're just going to start the game. Make sure to add that line. Now we're going to quickly make our method synchronized, which will basically make it a bit easier for our threads to operate and a bit faster. And in the while running loop, we're just going to do 2 methods, render and tick. And let's just create our methods really quick. So let's create these to-dos. Now, today we're going to be mainly working with a render method, so we need 2 variables. Now this is where it gets a little bit confusing. Well, maybe a little bit confusing. So we create a new variable buffered image give it a name, image equals to new buffered image. Give it a width and height, and we give it a type of buffered image that we want. We want RGB, red, green, and blue, the primary colors. Actually, no, green's not a primary color. What am I saying? Anyway, don't listen to that. Let's make a new array called pixels, which is actually going to store all the pixels inside our buffered image, and data buffer int img. But img was actually wrong. You should have just replaced that with image, and that's what I'm going to realize later on. I also forgot to add those two brackets to get data buffer, and now I'm going to be trying to replace that with get data buffer, which is essentially what I put, but I forgot the brackets. So there we go. Make sure that line is right, and make sure to Control Shift O when you're done writing that line. Right now, nothing's gonna happen due to us not having anything in the render and tick functions. So let's quickly render some stuff to the screen. To do that, we need a buffer strategy. Get buffer strategy. And I forgot to give it a name, so BS would be an applicable name. Now we want to say if buffer strategy is equal to null, which basically means there's no buffer strategy. We're going to create a buffer strategy. So just type create buffer strategy, and then the type of buffering, which is a 3. We're also going to request focus, and we're going to return out of the if statement. Also, before I forget, we're just going to do bs.show, which basically shows the buffer strategy. And if we run the game, still nothing happens, because we haven't actually created anything that would draw or render something to the screen. So let's create a graphics object called G, make it equal to bs.getDrawGraphics. Let's give it a color. gs.color equals to color.black. Just for testing purposes. G.fillRectangle, fill rect, x0, y0, get width, get height. So it starts from 0, 0, which is top left, and goes all the way to width and height, which is the bottom right corner. So it fills the whole screen. Then we just do g.dispose, and now we have our nice solid black screen of epicness. And now, just for testing purposes, let's change it to a pink. I don't know why I choose pink, but we're just gonna do it. Yay, pink. And replace that with red. If you guys are trying to do this, make sure you hit Control S before you look at your game. So green, hit Control S, you get a green background. Orange, Control S, orange background. Now, for those of you who are asking for like source codes and stuff, I really don't want you guys to use my source codes. Not that I don't want you to use my source codes, but I want you guys to learn and try to memorize this stuff. This is the only way you can actually learn this, is by trying to memorize it and doing it on your own. Because when you write stuff, you memorize it. So thanks guys, and I hope to see you guys watching my next videos. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.